Hello students, welcome to the online class of Geography of class 8. Today I'm going to start chapter number 4 and today is the first class of the chapter and the name of the chapter is Natural Vegetation. The topic that I'm going to discuss, what do you mean by the term natural vegetation? Have you ever thought that the natural vegetation that is prevailing over the entire world, it is uniform, it is same throughout the places? No. So there are some factors that influences this diversity of natural vegetation. So we will discuss about those factors that influences natural vegetation. Then comes the types of natural vegetation. So quickly just go with the first topic. What is a natural vegetation? Now the definition of a natural vegetation is natural vegetation means the original vegetation. We can use another word, the virgin vegetation, virgin, virgin, that is totally a new one of area under particular climatic condition, and that vegetation is without any sort of human interference. That means the growth of that vegetation is without human interference. Now just giving an example. When we are moving to any of the forest area, the species of the plant or the flora that we can see, that is grown naturally. But if we move to an agricultural plot area, there also we can see the trees are surrounding the field, the grasses are there, the crops are there. So what do you think? These can be considered as a natural vegetation? No, it is not a natural, rather it is a modified vegetation. It is a cultivated species. So natural vegetation means the virgin vegetation that grows naturally under a climatic condition, means adapting that climatic condition without any sort of human interference. That is termed as natural vegetation. Now it is not same as I mentioned earlier only. So it varies from region to region on the earth. So quickly see what are the factors that influences natural vegetation. Now the factors number 1. Now we can just club the factors under two headings. What is it? Number 1, we can club it under the category of the relief, and number 2, we can classify under the category of the climate. But I have not made any sort of classification over here. We can do it. The first factor is type of landform. Now we know that there are various types of landforms. Somewhere it is a flat terrain, somewhere we are having the plateaus, somewhere we are having the mountainous tract. So according to the altitudinal variation, what is the resultant? The soil thickness will vary, the composition of the soil will vary, and as a result, what will be the consequence? The type of natural vegetation will vary. So the type of landform is one of the factor that influences natural vegetation. Second, type of soil. Just now I mentioned by connecting that landform, where there is a flat level land, the thickness of the soil will be more. And when there is a thickness of the soil, that means it is a fertile soil. So if the fertile soil is there, if it is having a natural vegetation, but for fulfilling the demand of the food, those areas will be deforested to transform that forested area into a cultivable ground. And in the other areas where we are having that is a plateau region or the mountainous tract, the natural vegetation is commonly seen, or it is prevalent in those areas. Next factor is temperature condition. Now for natural vegetation or for plant growth, what are the two basic components? One is moisture and another one is warmth. Moisture and warmth are the two prime conditions for the growth of natural vegetation or for the growth of any sort of vegetation. So if the temperature condition is comparatively warmer, is moderate, then it is ideal for the growth. If it is too low, that means the area is frozen out, then it will restrict the growth of the vegetation. It will not have a proper growing season, and vice versa. If it is having extreme high temperature, then also it will restrict the growth. Why? Because over there the moisture content will be very less. So temperature condition influences the natural vegetation, and that is why there is a diversity of natural vegetation. Next is amount of rainfall. The more the amount of rainfall, the more we will get the dense network of forest cover. And gradually the amount of rainfall decreases, the height of the trees will become much more shorter, and if it is very less, then the trees will turn up into thorny bushes character. That means the stunted growth or the scrubby vegetations will be there. And lastly, duration of the sunlight. Now, the more the duration of the sunlight means the more temperature, and obviously it will get a proper nutrients for its photosynthesis purposes, and then obviously the what we can say the dense network of the vegetative cover will be there. But if the duration of the sunlight is less, then obviously the that is the height of the trees will be shorter, as well as the dense network of the vegetation cover will not be there. Rather, it will be a scattered growth of the vegetation. And where the duration of the sunlight is very less, where the frozen out areas will not support the natural vegetation or any sort of vegetative cover. So these are the 5 prime factors that influences the diversity of natural vegetation, and that is why it varies from region to region on the earth's surface. Now, next last topic for today is types of natural vegetation. Now, as I said that the prime condition for the or the two major components for the growth of any sort of vegetative cover, one is warmth and another one is moisture. So the classification or the types of natural vegetation is based upon the availability of the moisture. Where the moisture is more, we are having the category that is forest. So forests are found in the humid climate. It supports dense vegetation. Trees are generally tall and are of multiple species. Next, where the rainfall is moderate. So over there, the trees height becomes shorter, comparatively less tall trees are there, and they are not dense, they are scattered. It is and over there the prominence of the tall grasses is very common. And the third one, where the rainfall is very little, either it is a hot desert or a cold desert areas, the type of natural vegetation is shrubs and the scrubs. Now it is found in the dry rainfall areas. Now if it is found in the dry areas where the temperature is too high, there we will get the type of natural vegetation which will have waxy coated stems or succulent stems, where the short oily leaves with the spines are there. Why? To reduce the transpiration as there is less moisture content, and the deep roots to conserve the moisture as well as to collect the moisture from the lower horizons of the soil. And if the temperature is too low, over there the growth of the vegetative cover will be stunted. We will get very dwarf characters of the vegetative cover. Basically it consists of mosses and lichens or tuft of grasses, and altogether we all know this is termed as tundra vegetation, or it is also named as meadows, meadows, meadows. Now just have a quick look for the pictures coming under the category of these three types of natural vegetation. You can see dense network of greenery. We can just see the carpet like structure over here, green canopy like structure. So this is a forest type. The next you can see it is just like a park, but the grasses are there. It's a grassland area. Somewhere we are having a short grasses and somewhere we can see very tall grasses. And the third one, it is that is the shrubs and the scrubs. It is a basically the arid climatic condition where the temperature is too high but moisture content is too low, and we get this thorny bushes, that is waxy coated one, thorny bushes where the leaves are very small with the spines, and the deep rooted are there so that to reduce the transpiration. And the next one we can see the frozen out soil. These are the tuft of grasses. During the short summer season, the mosses and the lichens are getting their existence, and that is the third category. This is this one, and this one is the third category of the natural vegetation, comes under the category of the shrubs and the scrubs. So here I have completed the class of today. I am not going to give any sort of worksheet now. Let me proceed with little bit of the portion of this chapter. But your work is to up to date the notes in your copy. And if you are having any doubt related to the topic that I have discussed, just mention it in the comment section. And thank you for following the class.